I'm a spirit speaking, truth seeking, heart reaching, knowledge leaking, seeds sowing, harvest reaping, man of me or me. I have yet to leave, I'm still breathing. To quit, I have no reason. I mean, I must, but I be trying to live my dream. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't really. It ain't no in between. Baby, you can ask the sun, it's an everyday thing. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Working like a slave, that's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay at night, I rest in peace. They remember me, but I am not Haram Abid.
mypdfbooks.com. That's books with a Z.
Peace and greetings, family. Once again, this broadcast has been brought to you by mypdfbooks.com. That's books with a Z, where reading fundamental. Also brought to you by bindingbooks.com, where treasures are bound. Be sure to get all of your teas at My Son's Teas, the tea of teas, divinely prepared at herbsofmyot.com. Be sure to check out all of those musical stylings by Brian Hicks Spade at bhmusic.com. For your everyday items and religious regalia, be sure to check out morrishaberdasher.com. And for that everyday especial Morris drip, be sure to check out morsachi.com. And all of these companies are powered by ALO Design Pros. Design your online business strategy today. And without further ado, we introduce to you Sheik Khari Goodman Bay.
Please try. Hey, Noble Brian, do you mind giving how the BBT believe? We have a dinner in a minute,
Sir.
and I think it's imperative today. We're going to take our time. But would you please give how the BBT believe if you don't mind?
My pleasure. So, scientific study will illuminate the student that Yahweh, our Elohim, God, the creator of the stellar and ecclesiastical universe, as stipulated in all Bibles, regardless of the translation, a pattern that he, Yahweh Elohim, gave Moses in Mount Sinai in the year 1490, BBY, erroneously referred to as BC. It is by a profound knowledge of the construction and operation of this divine pattern of the Mosaic tabernacle in relationship to every created object in the universe, whether visible or invisible, that will reveal the answer to every question concerning Yahweh Elohim and Yahshua the Messiah, as he really is, and his eternal purpose and plan. The Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School is not a church, but a school of research, founded with the idea in mind to delve into every branch of science according to the pattern of the tabernacle, man-made image of God, Allah, which is an acronym for arm, leg, arm, head in more science. To find the answer to every question that has plagued the student from the foundation of the world, thus proving the unerring accuracy and infallibility of the Bible. In research and study, we always use the true Hebrew names of the title of the unity of the spirit of the so-called Godhead. Instead of the title God as the Father's name, we are using the correct Hebrew name, Yahweh. Instead of Jesus Christ as the Word or Son's name, we are using Elohim, which is the correct Hebrew title of Father, Yahweh in super and corporal form. For the Holy Spirit, which is Yahweh Elohim manifested in the physical body, we are using the correct Hebrew name, Yahshua the Messiah. These holy names may seem to be a private interpretation, which we, the Burning Bush Tabernacle, have invented, but through research and study with a good encyclopedia or dictionary, anyone can discover for themselves of this great error. There was no letter J in any language until the Middle Ages. Neither was there ever a letter equivalent to the J in the Hebrew language. Therefore, such names as Jesus or Jehovah are impossible renderings of the true name of the Father and the Son. Here at the BBT, our aims are as follows. 1. To illuminate the student to find and know Yahweh, our Elohim, as he really is and exists. 2. To form a nucleus of universal brotherhood of humanity in Yahshua the Messiah without distinction of race or nationality. 3. To investigate the unexplained spirit law, or so-called law of nature, and the powers latent in man. 4. To encourage and promote the study of the scriptures, comparative religions, psychology, philosophy, and modern practical and occult sciences. 5. To remove spookism, superstition, skepticism, and ignorance. 6. To learn, know, and understand the operation of Yahweh's eternal purpose through the dispensations and ages. 7. To discern and avoid being deceived by Lucifer, the serpent, the devil, the dragon, or Satan and his demons, operating the mystery of iniquity on earth through the dispensations of time. 8. To earnestly contend for the common salvation and faith, which was once delivered to the sons or children of Yahweh. 9. To make known that Yahweh from the beginning ordained there is no other name given among men whereby man can be saved, saving the name Yahshua Messiah. And last but not least, 10. To inherit eternal life now in the kingdom of Yahshua the Messiah with the hope of immortal glorification. And with that, I say Islam, amen, and peace, 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 peace.
Peace, 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 peace. Gratitude to all my brothers. Everybody, how y'all doing today?
Fantastic, amazingly great.
Magnificent, Rashid.
Islam, we had an amazing workout today, man. Everything is kosher. And it's just always a pleasure to be here amongst my brothers. It's always an honor. Peace, Noble Malik.
Peace, Noble. Would you flex it, Noble? Would you flex it, Noble?
Yeah, Dante's flexing today.
I'm just outside.
You know?
We're chilly out there.
He said he outside. He outside. He got a rip.
I see.
He got a rip.
5 degrees in St. Louis today.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. Man, but gratitude to y'all brothers, man. And we're going to have a little pre-topic and discussion before we get into the main topic. Because like I said, this is a school. We're not here to try to convert no one. We know who we are. We challenge you. We also are a library. We have over 1 million books and documents. We are a source of information. So when we lecture and when we have these special classes, we offer these books for small donations. And you got to remember, nothing's hidden. You're just not introduced to it. And to be introduced to science or to any type of wisdom or anything worth having, you have to be introduced to it. And we have to admit that. So it's nothing new under the sun. It's nothing hidden. We're just not introduced to it. And if you want to be introduced to any type of wisdom, and if you have a tittle of wisdom and you want to be sharpened, this is the place. So with that being said, man, we're gonna discuss a few things. The first topic, it was brought to me, a student hit me up today and was asking me about that book, y'all, Criminalizing a Race, The Free Blacks During Slavery by Sharice C.L. McIntyre. Y'all know this book. And the brother said that he was going to school for African American studies. But it blew my back because he a European dude. It didn't blow my back. He was like, well, he's going to school for African American studies. And he said he found me online. And he said he looked for, different things and just different information coming from a group of people that, and as everyone do. And he said he found this and it was amazing. And his scholarship, and he said he looked me up. But make a long story short, he was like, this book on Amazon is like $2,000. And he was like, y'all have this book converted? This is what he's saying, Dante. He's like, he said, you telling me you can give me this book for a small donation that I can download on my tablet or my cell phone and I can go to Office Max or Staples and they'll print it and bind it? I said, yeah. But he said the book costs over $2,000 on Amazon. This is what the brother's saying. And he like, what is wrong with people? I said, man, I need to have you live. He said, that's too simple for me. He said, it's just paper. He said, it's just paper. You should want the paper. All these smart people, he was like, oh, I see. But this is what I'll be telling y'all, man. Just keep your head on right. Keep doing who you do and be like Cheers. You want to go where people know your name. You can't sell wisdom to people that want wisdom and they always violence. You in the wrong place. You got to go where you want it. And so that's the work, and that's the ability, and the, how can I say it, the joy to have when you're on the mission of the Creator. Think about that, planting seeds. But anyway, the brother got this book. There's so much wisdom in this book. And then, brothers, y'all can find a YouTube video of the lady, Sharice C.L. McIntyre, and she's holding up a book, y'all. And the book she's holding up, because a lady hit me up, she was like, Sheik, I know you probably got the other books she's holding up, because everybody asking, what's the book she's holding up? What's the book she's holding up? Well, the book she's holding up is this one. I told y'all, I'm going to always go all the way down the chamber. It's called Who Tampered with the Bible by Pat Getty. And it's deep. I'm just revealing things to y'all, because things are going to be obsolete real soon. All the information I've been giving y'all, all of them documents, is going to be unavailable or cost thousands of dollars. I'm telling you what I know. I've been showing y'all this every year, after year, after year, after year, after year. So stay with me. We are in a decade, our brothers and sisters, where we have to be right, and we can't let people, how can I say, from a perspective of anger and from a perspective of hate, try to teach or even try to tell us what's right and what's wrong, coming from a Eurocentric and a Negrocentric propaganda perspective. We can have an intellectual conversation with anyone. We can have how can I say it, a biblical conversation with anyone. But we're going to do it from scholarship. We're not going to do it from a belief system or a belie system, because we're not here to debate things that can't be proven. Am I right?
It's long.
Come on, y'all. We come on now. We building up to something. We not dealing with no trolls. Like one of my homies said, I need to hear, like, you need to have a mediator on your YouTube, your personal stuff, so they can just be blocking stuff. I said, you ain't got to worry about it. Hell, I can do it all. Because we're not entertaining it. Because what we're saying can be proven. Because what we're saying can be proven. It's scholarship. It's no anger. We're not saying we better than no one. But I always tell my brothers and sisters, when someone telling you that you never did nothing in history, why can't you tell them and show them all the things that you have done in history? Why should you accept Noble Dantes and your son accept being some slave that came over here on some boat, and you got the book, The One World Tartarians, and you know better than that, and it tells you from scholarship, and the European tell you this? How long are we going to be ignorant? How long? How long? Now watch this. We're going to get into the Negro question, part 4. We're just going to jump through a little bit before we get into the main topic. Chapter 1 is the eyewitness period. Listen closely, because we're not here to try to say we're this and we're not that. Man, you can get scholarship. You can get a book called The Russian Icon by Vladimir Ivanov. He don't call them the ancient blacks. He call them the Russian icons by Vladimir Ivanov. The book costs stacks. All my muftis got them. It's unavailable on Amazon. David McRitchie wrote.
We're iconic in Russia.
That's right. David McRitchie wrote Ancient and Modern Britons. He didn't say the ancient black. He said the ancient and modern Britons. The analysis, the Annapolis. I might be pronunciating it wrong. It was too big for me to send y'all. I'm gonna show y'all how to download it. The European, the Albion, no disrespect, is telling you what it is. Plain and simple. In the research is there. It's nothing to be argued about. It's there. So let's deal with a little bit of this. Chapter 1, eyewitness period. Irish priest. Listen clearly. Saint Brendan, the navigator, the Irish priest from Ireland. James Anderson, 1911. Riddles of prehistoric times. I didn't say modern. I said prehistoric times, didn't I? Listen closely. And I quote eloquently with a silver tongue. Scholarship. This little black Welshman, Scott, Celt, settled in France. Gonix or Gonix, Guanchis, of the Canary Islands, France, Ireland, Spain, and the British Islands, and all over Europe. Okay, you want more scholarship? Professor Winchell Alexander. Our remote ancestry, 1815 to 1900, collections of journals. These short black men came from Atlantis. Now, let me start right there. The book that the European wrote, Atlantis of Latter Days, and he tried to name himself El Elyon. Y'all have to understand, it's all Osiris mysteries. I'm telling y'all, big facts. Northern Africa.
Start paying homage.
Yes, sir. North Africa. And they overcame Europe. They were known as Britons. They was known as Britons. What? The ancient and modern Britons. Nobody can deny what we saying.
Give them that spelling though, the Briton.
Or I don't care, Britains. It's just like a person say more, or how you more, or Muslim. I don't care how you want to spell it. When we explain it, I'm explaining it this way, you get it. So we can spell it however you want to. When we
Just explaining to people the ancient spelling versus the modern spelling.
absolutely, but I understand that too. But it's you on both levels, and I agree.
Yeah, lost in transliteration.
Yes, sir. Come on, Malik. Even a Roman historian, Tacitus, the origin of the Black Britons, the Iberians are black people with curly hair. Anthological Review Society, London, Volume 8. I'm giving you reference. Nobody can deny this. They say, oh, everybody want to say they were this. Well, what you going to deny the scholars? I'm giving you the scholars that you talk about, other man, or so-called smart guy, or educator, Noble Bryan. I'm giving your scholarship. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Joseph Ritson, Annals of the Caledonian, the Picts and the Scots, Volume 2, page 7. Page 27. The Picts, the Britons, are brown complexion with curly hair. Ivan van Sertima, African presence in early Europe. Page 225. The Britons look like the Ethiopians. Albert Churchward. Y'all know who Albert Churchward is. The one that wrote Signs and Symbols of the Primordial Man. Y'all know this. Origins and Evolutions, pages 12 and 13. The Black Basque were exterminated from Europe. Professor Boyd Watkins, our earliest ancestors. The Bygone Days, a lecture delivered in the public hall. Cooleyhurst, Manchester, January 8th, 1879. 1879. Listen what he says. The ancient Britons, Irish, Scots, are a short black people. That's on page 103 and 107. Research it for yourself. Dr. Thurman, Nature Journal of Science, page 92. From the evidence at hand, it seems that the Iberians, the black man, occupied the whole of Western Europe at one time. I mean, how much more scholarship do you need? How much more scholarship do you need, my brothers and sisters? Talk to me. You talk about what are you saying? Who's been lying to you?
Our own people.
Thank you. Professor Huxley. Thank you. 1870, the Iberian race, page 332. The Iberian, the Basque, the blacks' bones have been found all over Europe with his animals. I have inserted the writings of 8 English, and I'm using it for reference, white historians, to show you that our white brothers who were closer to the epic center didn't have a problem telling the truth about the original inhabitants of Europe. These Welshmen, Britain, Irishmen, Frenchmen, Russians, Germans, Italians, Swedes were in Europe thousands of years before the English arrived in 449 AD. And this will be proven by the writings of Professor Boyd Watkins, professor of geology at Manchester University, London. You believe the Professor Boyd Watkins, don't you? For all my brothers that give me the proof, or all these naysayers and all these people saying, here go the proof in your face. We gonna still deny it?
And they talking about the original peoples.
Yes.
If you bring back to your reference the SF 180 form, and if you can actually remember how we went over that lesson and those definitions for each category, this eloquently explains that.
Ooh, Brian, boy, you on fire. He's on fire. He's on fire. See, we can have fun with the teachers too. But Professor Boyd Watkins was invited to speak in public hall in Manchester, London, January 18th, 1879. And in his lecture, Nobles, he gives a detailed account of the people who originally inhabited Europe. And without blushing, this is what he said. And I quote again, Professor Boyd Dawkins, professor of geology, Manchester University, London. See, this is prophetic. 1879, our remote ancestry, page 95 to 106. Listen clearly. The original people of Britain, France, Spain, England were short black men of about 5 feet, 6 inches high. Man, I got the book, the original, where that little book back? It's by Tahuti. Oh, here it go. I got this book right here. See, this book drops so much science in it right here. We don't get caught, we deal with scholarship, and it's in there. Documented evidence by David Imhotep. The first Americans were Africans. I mean, understand that we all are, but it just showed things that was in Americas, which the 1828 Webster Dictionary clearly says. They were in England when our fathers, the white English, invaded in the land in 449 AD. Our fathers were a warlike people who by 607 AD had pushed the Basque west into Wales, Cumberland, Westmoreland, the Highlands of Scotland, and Devon. These black people boasted that they were citizens of the Roman Empire. The Welsh or ancient Britons were in possession before the Romans ever came here. These black Basque Britain have brought the knowledge of iron and bronze with them. The iron and bronze technology will be proven perfectly when I show you the German tapestry. These people were herdsmen. They possessed the short horned ox, the horned sheep, the goat, the pig, and the horse. Evidence of their civilization can be seen all over the continent of Europe, as well as throughout the British Islands, extending as far as Germany, Switzerland, and even to France and Spain, nobles. These black people originated from Iberian Peninsula and are a fragment of the old Spanish population. They were in France, Spain, Ireland, Britain, Scotland. One of the techniques that I like to employ when detailing my research is to try to get as close to the point of the evidence as I can. In this case, Professor Boyd was right there, and he mentioned seeing the specimen of black Basque from different parts of Europe, and states that if you laid them next to each other, nobles, you would not be able to tell one corpse from another. Wow. Wow. The purpose of this section of this book is to prove in the beginning that the historians of the 18th nobles and the 19th century nobles had no problem describing the blackness of the early Europeans. Did y'all hear what I just said? I said the blackness of the early Europeans. Did y'all just hear what I just said?
Islam.
Y'all better talk to me.
Islam. Moors ruled Spain for 700 years.
Come on, Dantes. The Dum Diversus, the Papal Bull. Benjamin Franklin, Professor Boyd Dawkins, and Albert Churchward gave us an eyewitness account of the world order in the generation. Dr. Albert Churchward's eyewitness account gives us a grim description of what happened to the black presence in Europe. The good doctor stated that the blacks became exterminated by the time he gave his lecture in early as y'all 1912 to the Royal Society in London. It is of extreme importance that we begin this discussion with the eyewitness accounts of the English historians concerning the old world order. It has become obvious to me in my research that the ancient, medieval, and early 20th century historians were describing the old world order in their respective generations. These historians described a world in which the blacks were in power all over the earth. And from this vantage point, we shall spring forward into the future to see the secrets of the past. Islam, nobles, come on. Come on. And when I graduated from GCU, I didn't get disrespected by my professors. When I was lecturing, doing my oral dissertation, when I was doing my tutoring kids, I got no disrespect from no one. I don't be on here begging nobody for money, but I be telling y'all, man, I'm choosing to do this. I could have been teaching on a college level, but it would have been contingent on me shutting this down. I feel we have something beautiful as a people. It's been people before me that's just as wise or have the information that I have. And look what happened. They've been bought out. They say, well, forget that. It's a check. No educator, nobody, no PhD, no one that y'all listening to, Cornel West, none of them can sit and deny what I'm saying from no education, from scholarship. Not nan one of them. Anything they'll be saying would be arbitrary. Anything. These is facts. So why are we still in the same position? Because the people like myself and others that went and got the education, that went through the fire, chose to keep skipping on along and be considered one of the talented 10th. Yeah, I'm one of the talented 10th, but I'm one of y'all brothers. This is my job. This is my obligation. This is my duty. I'm going to give a little bit of this and we're going to proceed because we in a good place, man. We should take our time with this schooling. When my homies say, man, gratitude for the donation. Gratitude to you. But I'm going to give y'all this a little bit for you can see with your eye when brothers be dissing things and they don't have no idea, nobles. I'm just going to jump through a little bit, a couple chapters, and we're going to get to the main topic. The Scottish King of England. It's in the library, in the New College Library in Edinburgh, UK. I'm showing y'all an image. Y'all probably can't even see this image right here. I wish y'all could. You might have to blow me up. Okay, I don't know if y'all can see that image right there. Can y'all see that image?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, now keep that image in your hippocampus. I know this image of a black King James can be a little confusing because of your Western education, but this is the truth that is known by the rich and the elite in the world. That was the reason I paraded all of the English historians and professors before you, before I got into the bowls of this book. I had to get your mind ready to receive the truth. King James came from a long line of black Scottish Stuarts, 343 years of rulership in Scotland. The Stuarts not only ruled in Scotland, they ruled in France, Spain, Ireland, England, Britain, and Wales. King James was able to rule all of the lands because of all of the people were of what? Iberian descent. They were the same people. So when these retarded, excuse my candor, I have to say it like this, nobles. I told y'all this TikTok and this Negrocentric and this Eurocentric propaganda that y'all see on the internet, oh, the King James, the devil Bible. We ain't talking about that. If you read that Bible, that demonic King James version, which most Negroes haven't read, they wouldn't even be saying what they're saying.
You talking about that demonology book by King James?
Yes. Nobody. I asked everybody, let's have a conversation about it. Okay then.
But ology just means the study of.
Come on. I mean, hey Brian, you a student. You get it. You see, it's words that you would be able to say to tell a person to be like DOC said, stop him in the tracks, show him that I am ruthless. See, it's certain words that you can say that stop a person in their tracks. And if they don't stop, you just move on, brother.
Yes, sir. It's wrong.
If you look at the ball in his hand, I'm going to show the picture again. It represents world rulership. You got to look at signs and symbols. And there was only one other group of world leaders who used this type of symbolism. And they were the Byzantine Roman emperors, nobles. Remember they told the English that they were Roman citizens? See, this is the proof.
That's how England got its name from. They changed it from England, from Albion to England, is when Rome had to flee, and the new Rome became AKA England or Britain.
Come on. Hey.
Historically, they could just go and absolutely. That was in the 4th century.
Yes. Malik, we can do the research. That's why I said we dealing with scholarship.
Because you mentioned that they got the so-called blacks, the Black Britons got ran out, but that's when they got ran out, was in the 4th century because Rome fell and Rome went to England. Mm-hmm. That's where you get the new Roman Empire. They just don't call it the Roman Empire anymore. Mm-hmm. They call it the AKA Royal family.
Come on, Noble. You cooking. There was another man who made the same boast, and if you have any wisdom, you know who I'm talking about. This is the signs of scholarship, when you are able to read the symbolism of images. So in my research, I found that the ancient Scottish were a tribe from northeastern Ireland. Now watch this, which means the Scots are really what? Irish. So if you have seen an ancient Scot, I have seen an ancient Irishman. And if I have seen an ancient Irishman, I have seen what? An ancient Briton.
That's right.
Stick a fork in them. See, we ain't here to be playing all week. Yeah, but when you be seeing all this propaganda, the misnumbered black people that want to act like they was this, none of no. No, man, don't. Not me. Scholarship says what it says.
Even when you look at like the family crest, Scott was like a royal name. And
Yes.
I don't know how far that name goes, but Dread last name was Scott.
Man, Noble, come on. We can go all through the Scottish king list, all through history, which they don't want you to see. It's a whole list. I got a whole list from the 1300s all the way to the 1600s, to the 1700s. And you can see from, and it's a list when I show you of England was a descendant of black Scottish kings who claimed the thrones of France, Spain, Ireland, England, Britain, Wales, and Scotland. Any professor of history will tell you this. Any professor, that's a truth teller. That's a truth teller. And if you say you know the scholarship and if you bring my name up, they're going to have to tell you the truth. Why? Because they know you have it. They know you have it. That's another Masonic thing too. In order to reinforce the testimony of Professor Boyd Watkins, I have provided you with the image of the Scottish King of Scotland. Look at him. Look at him, y'all. Look at the King of Scotland over here. See, this stuff be locked up in their personal libraries and in their personal museums and in the Royal Archives. This stuff is in the Royal Archives. This stuff is there. It's there. That's King Charles I of Scots in England. The image of the Leviathan, the author, Thomas Hobbes. I'm giving you where you to find it at. 1651. King Charles I had the unlucky distinction of having his head cut off by the English, this is what they saying, no disrespect, y'all, white subjects in his realm. King Charles I wasn't the only one to suffer this indignation. When the Englishmen overran the country, they hung and decapitated the men. Did whatever to the women, burned the citizens, blah, blah, blah. I can show y'all the Scottish King Alexander II from 1198 AD. Location of the artifact is at myfamilyclans.com. And then I'm going to show y'all an image of King Malcolm Longneck, King of Scotland, 1040 to 1093 AD. The location of the image is at Getty Image and Holton Archives. Here you go with your own eyes. Bada boom, bada bing. Right here, both of them. It's with you can see that with your own eyes. The research is there. We're not here to be biased. I just wanted to show y'all it's a little bit. I mean, I can show y'all King Charles II, the King of the Scots. He look a little bit like George Jefferson with hair. Where y'all think the Whigham Party came from? Where y'all think that Whigham Party came from?
Right.
Yeah. And Behold the Pale Horse, chapter 4. Chapter 4, when people be misquoting, I say you're going to get yourself in trouble trying to quote something you have no idea. Listen to somebody on the internet with that growl. And Behold the Pale Horse, chapter 4. What do it mean then? Tell me what do it mean. Can't even tell you. They just be talking. So I just wanted to show that. But here go the last image, the image of King James of the Scots, the New College Library, Edinburgh, UK. Listen clearly. Here go the image of King James of the Scots, the New College Library, Edinburgh, UK. Boom. There you go. There you go. There you go right there with your own eyes. So when brothers be talk about, King James, the no disrespect again, the European, and he was homosexual and all this, that ain't who I'm talking about. No disrespect to you, sir. No disrespect to no one. Do y'all understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, the facts are the facts. The facts are stubborn. They don't care how you feel.
I mean,
Can you put on that picture one more time?
absolutely, my Moorish brother. Absolutely, I can. I told y'all when I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come correct every time. Y'all remember after Cromwell had executed King Charles I? See, this is the real history. And ravaged the three kings. The Jacobites tried to restore the Black Stuart kings to power. They were known as Jacobites. One shall name himself Jacob, and another shall name himself Israel. You say what, Noble Malik?
The Jacobites who came to the Americas, they got that book with all the people who came over here on servitude.
Man, come on, man. See? You're going to see statements
And
like
you saw
this.
all the Scottish people that had dark skin, the Irish people that had dark skin, and non-dark skin people as well. Swarty.
Yes, man. I just want us to know. I just want us to know this, nobles, before we get into this history. Because yes, biblical stuff is important, but the biblical match the history. Look at the Scottish coat of arms. Look at the Scottish coats of arms, my brothers and sisters. I want y'all to look at this. And just like when you go to the Netherlands, and when you go to and you see the Moorish head as they flag in the Netherlands, the Corsica, you're going to see the Moorish head with the bandana. I want us to see this. I want us to good look at this and start asking questions. That's what we're supposed to do. Oliver Cromwell, the first of Scotland and England, invaded Scotland, killed 4,000 men, and took 10,000 captive. Remember, Cromwell 1 year to end the war in Scotland. What I do know, and I am certain of, is that he deported the Scots to American colonies. These black Europeans were sent to Barbados, Boston, Charlestown, Cambridge, Concord, Hingham, Ipswich, IPSWICH, Virginia, Newark, and the Southern Plantations. These are the facts, ladies and gentlemen. These Scots, blacks, are among us in the Americas, and we are ignorant of their existence. As well as they are. It has been reported that in the African American community, a lot of blacks have Scottish and Irish last names. Scottish coats of arms. When I talk about our family crest, when I talk about Empress Nani, not Empress Nani, but Empress Gaston El Bay, Tunic El Bay. The Black Scots coats of arms, as you probably know, was found in Scotland, Europe. It's been written that Andrew, the chief of the clan, rendered homage to King Edward I of England in 1296. Look this science up, nobles. Of this image, yes, the image is to reinforce the writings of the historians that the original people, nobles, of Europe were black. Color is only being mentioned for the sake of identifying a people among us who don't know who they are. That's the only reason why I'm doing it. If color don't matter, then why you just didn't tell the truth from the giddy up? What you mean? Well, color don't matter. God love us all. I ain't say God didn't love us all.
Well, that's because they're trying to run from the truth. That's why.
You damn right, Noble Malik. We got the right to say who we are. We got the right. The laws say that. We ain't here to overthrow no government. We got the same right as every man got.
It's only religious people that say that when it started really in the history started slapping them in the face.
You damn right. I'll give y'all this last piece because we only 30 minutes in. We're going to go for about an hour and 30. But it ain't even going to take me long because I got to set this precedence. This precedence is needed because civilizations.
Our people are lost due to a lack of knowledge.
That's right. No.
That's why.
Civilizations.
That's what Dr. Carter G. Woodson said, with the miseducation of the Negro.
Mm-hmm.
If you tell the people that they're this, and like we always say, it starts in the household. If they're not getting that, when they get to the schools, they're taught roots. They're shown roots. They're shown all of the darker kids, all of the Moors. These kids are shown roots at an early age. Shackles, whipping, slavery, servitude. Those are the things that they want our kids to see.
Yep.
So the question remains.
Let's be regardless of the information.
Yeah. Question remains. You're not gonna go to China to learn about Italian history.
Nope.
So why would we go to English people or people that was from a certain dispensation and had them teaching us our so-called American history? That makes no sense.
And us using this, spreading this. I'm telling people, it don't take a lot. It just take us all being consistent. I be telling people, stop being loiterers. I'm telling you, be consistent, be a participant. So let's proceed. Civilizations has come and gone, no matter what the color. But one thing that I have come to understand is that to the victor goes the land. and the identity. And when the Scottish were driven out of Scotland, the English, aka the white English, moved into the empty land and confiscated the property and took their identity. You got to know this. Y'all remember Oliver Cromwell in Ireland was protector of the Commonwealth of England, Ireland, and Scotland after the assassination of the Scot. You got to know what he did. The black Irish that he didn't kill, he sold into slave trade. Remember, this is the history. It's no disrespect. In 1641, Cromwell had 300,000 black Irish sold into the North Atlantic slave trade. And in 1650, he had 100,000 Irish Scottish children sold into Barbados. There is an interesting law that Cromwell had published, and it reads, and I quote, Oliver Cromwell, Edict, 1653. You can look up everything I'm telling you. Those who fail to transplant themselves to Connaught or Clare within 6 months shall be guilty of high treason. You will then be sent into America or some other part beyond the sea. The Royal African Company sent 249 ships to the West Indies, sending 60,000 African and Irish into the Americas and West Indies. Make no mistake about it. These people are here in the colony with us. America is a huge colony spread out over 50 states, and we have all been mingled together. I have a greater witness than this. Here go the Irish coat of arms, the family Gilbert crest. When I was showing my cousin the Gilbert family, and I said, here go y'all family crest coat of arms. Stop letting people tell you you came from some Africa on some boat. Stop letting people tell you that bull is crap. I'm tired of that bull crap. I challenge any Negro with that straight out of Africa, and we some black people, I challenge you from law, from history, from scholarship, and I tell you, you a lie and ain't no truth in you. Point blank. We using black as a speaking point. That's it. That's it. That's it. Irish coats of arms, family crest. This image of a black Irish coat of arms from the Gilbert family. 3 of the Gilberts related to this coat of arms have been traced to Barbados. Thomas Gilbert, Barbados, 1635. Francis Gilbert, Virginia, 1736. And Robert Gilbert, Barbados, 1678, nobles. The timeline fits with the eyewitness accounts of the Irish being shipped into the slave trade. But I have greater witnesses than this. I got to show y'all this before we go to the main topic. I'm going to show y'all a book. It's the Irish and the Scots are the same people. The Scots are a tribe from the Northeast Ireland. Look at these babies on this page right here. These copper colored babies. That's why y'all got to get the science. Y'all got to get these volumes. Y'all have to get them. You probably can't see it too good because it's like a photo print, but I'll give you the science of it. This book was written, and I want y'all to write this down and pull it up. I sent this to y'all a while ago, but write this down. You need this. This book was written by a Jesuit priest, John J. Williams, and was published in 1932 by New York Press. In the book, John describes the black Irish that were deported into slavery in Jamaica as black people. And these pictures you see on these pages are images of some of the Irish children. Once I have located this book with this image, I wanted to show you the entire front cover of the book so that you could have it for your reference. These are some of the black Irish that came here on slave ship directly from Europe. Ladies and gentlemen, the Scots, the Irish, or the Welsh, the Brits are the same people. According to Boyd Dawkins, our earliest ancestors, when the English invaded England in 1449 AD, they pushed the black English west into Wales, Scotland, and Ireland. Mr. Boyd Dawkins further states that by 677 AD, the whites, now call themselves English, have pushed these blacks onto a land that cannot sustain them. Whoever you are on the other side of this book, this is the real history of the world. What you have been taught and exposed is pure nonsense. The so-called royals and the elites read from a different set of books. I told y'all this a long time ago. We read from these type of books, while they give you the watered down versions of history. That's why we have the royal libraries and the National Archives. That's where I study at. That's where I'll be laughing at anybody be coming with that propaganda. I don't care what color you are. When you come with that bull crap, you know you lying. I don't care if you know Freemason. I don't care if you know religion, what. They walk around with the real wealth of earth, wisdom, while you walk around with the lie. And here go the name of the book. It's the image from the book, The Black Irish. The author is the Jesuit priest, J.J. Williams. It's published in 1932. And it's images of the 100,000 black Irish children sold into the Jamaica, 17th century. And I want y'all to look that up. Islam? Islam. Let's get into the main topic, because we got a little bit of time and we out of here. We can go all day. We can go through that history. It's Negro volumes. You got volume 1 through 7. It's a whole bunch of volumes. And it come with scholarship. Just like I'll be telling y'all about the cartographer, the map makers. When I told y'all Judah had 4 different names: Judah, Wahuda, Kuda, and Abir. When I talk about the cartographer, the map makers, we talking about scholarship. So we're not here to argue with no one. So as we get into this, Noble Brian, you can put the book up. We offering this to brothers and sisters. It's called The Black Man, the Father of Civilization, proven by biblical history. And we're gonna jump around a little bit. Brian, you can just go through the pages. You see you got Booker T. Washington in the front, you know. But I want to just give a preface of the author of his presentation of this wisdom. I have many objects in presenting this book to the public. First, I love my race, regardless of the prejudice against her, the unenviable position she holds, and the things she is falsely said to be guilty of. I demonstrate my love for her by launching this book before the public as somewhat of a defense against the prejudice of ancient as well as modern historical writers and lecturers who have misrepresented her and took her from her good deeds and honors that are justly due her. Secondly, I realize that my race has had defenders and has some now, men of my race and men of other races. But I am simply presenting this book as an humble race defender in connection with the body of race defenders. And if my theory in this book is accepted as one of the little fingers of this splendid body, I will feel that I have accomplished some results and thus portray the story of the widow's mite. She gave all she had, and I contribute likewise. And thirdly, my brothers and sisters, to appreciate my argument, the reader had best have a Bible at his fingertips so as to examine my references and compare them with my statements, which I make wholly and solely upon the authorities found in the Bible, which in turn is the real and only authority on ancient history. Again, my authority is not inspired in the slightest degree with malice or hatred for the white race, the Albion race, the Tralodite race. I'm adding that, whatever you want to call it. No disrespect. My profession as a Moorish minister, and I'm saying that as well. He's saying his profession as a minister of the Gospels of Jesus Christ would not permit me to defend in the name of justice, harboring malice and hatred, or any ill feeling toward my European, my Albion, or my white brethren. I am acting with the meek and humble spirit and with a gigantic pride in my race, which I hope pleases God. Islam? Islam?
That's divine spirit.
Come on, man. Islam, man. Y'all see those 3 pictures? We give credit to certain things. I want to give the preface.
Lincoln.
Yeah.
W.B.D. Du Bois.
Frederick Douglass, Booker T.
Booker T. Washington. Yeah.
Frederick Douglass, the thunderbolt, whose mighty peals of thunder awoke the sympathy of the Christian men and women of the country in behalf of his enslaved and suffering people. Abraham, the flash of lightning, who like a streak of lightning from heaven, giving hope to the black people, struck the shackles from their hands and left them lying shattered at their feet. Booker T. Washington, who is nobly directing a never-to-be-forgotten battle for the moral and industrial education which Douglass and Lincoln made it possible for them to obtain. And that's just what he's giving credit to. Islam? So we got a little bit more time. We're going to give this little topic. Y'all still with me? Y'all okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right.
A lot of that brothers have synchronicity. What we talked about maybe last week or the week before, where they went and took the land based off of people's misunderstanding or ignorance to the laws of the land, and that's how they took the land over through people's ignorance of the laws of the land.
See, we just don't know about gathering. When we talk about the Wilmington, remember in Wilmington, no disrespect again, the white man constitution, how those Europeans, Albion, Tralodites gathered and kicked misnumbered black people, slaves out their area, saying they don't want to live by no Negroes. No disrespect. I'm just telling you what it is. You can be mad at me what I'm saying. Research what I'm telling you and see if I'm lying. That's all I be telling people. So you can't be mad at history. We must organize. Once we organize, then we a nation. Until then, it ain't nothing we can talk about.
It's called We the People, right?
I mean, last time I checked. So let's proceed. Yep, we got a little bit of time. And anybody want to interject? Do your thing. So the Bible gives the first and only true account of the origin of mankind. It's the only book containing an accurate record of the progress of man towards civilization. And it's the indisputable reference of all searchers after the real facts of the birth of humanity and its progress toward the civilization of today, beginning with his creation. It is the only authentic record of man, authentic because it is firsthand, not a copy of something. I ain't saying they don't got different versions. We not saying that. We understand that. But I want people to stay in context instead of just arguing all the time. Or a scientific.
A divine entity, right?
Yes.
Not men's understanding.
Yes.
Divine understanding.
Yes. Or a scientific or literary review, but a dispassionate record of man's creation and progress, untrimmed, unshaped, unvarnished, to suit prejudice. It would not complete record if it did not show with the rest of them the origin of the misnumbered black man and woe for all these pinnacle thieves. It shows that he, no disrespect again, the misnomer black man is the father of civilization. No disrespect. No disrespect to no one. You cannot read the Bible when people say, well, color don't matter and this nothing don't matter and this nothing don't matter. Well, you show me where the Bible telling you that you some slave. Stop playing with me, man. And for my misnomer black people that be saying the Bible is some European book and all that, you a fool too. So we dealing with two fools in the same family, in the same house. That's ironic. No, it ain't. So let's deal with it.
It's a learned behavior.
Yes. Thank you, Malik. We physically alive but spiritually dead. We ain't gonna never get nothing because we can't agree to who we are. We don't know who we is. We deal with this politics stuff. We let this politics stuff separate us because Negroes don't know nothing about politics. We not agreeing who we are as a people, to have a mission, to have a fight, to have an agenda. But once again, that just go over everybody's head. So let's proceed. We got a little bit more time, nobles. The misnomer black man has been misrepresented by prejudiced historians and lecturers. It has been and is now quoted that Ham, the father of the black man, was cursed by his father Noah. Let's deal with it. I'm tired of these liars lying on the Bible. Now, in regard to the incident, let us take the biblical record for it. For all my brothers and sisters that say they love the Bible, and anyone not totally blind with prejudice, Malik, will be convinced by reading in the book of Genesis, the 9th chapter, from the 20th to the 27th verse, inclusively, that Noah did not, for he could not curse Ham, although he did in a fit of intoxication, how Negroes do when they be drunk. They want to pronounce a curse on Canaan, the son of Ham. Yeah, anybody can do that when they drunk out their mind.
Sure.
But you got to mention that Canaan was never inconvenienced by no curse of Ham, Noah, because he was the father of 7 prosperous nations. See, these is checkmates. Foremost among them were what? The Canaanites. What else? The Phoenicians. And what else? The Sidonians. It's in these Negroes' Bibles that they be dissing, y'all. The Sidonians sprang from what? Sidon. Sidon, who was the first son of Canaan, according to what? Genesis, the 10th chapter, Empress, the 15th verse. And these same Sidonians are the men descended from what? The misnomer black men, who Solomon ordered Hiram of Tyre to do what? Yeah, to engage the skilled hewing and design the timber work of Solomon's temple. See? declaring that these Scythians, misnomer black men, were the only men possessed with anywhere near sufficient skill to take the charge and successfully complete the artistic timber work of his Solomon's temple. Remember, we just giving a biblical account. I tell people to read it for yourself. Noble Malik, we dealing with Heinz ketchup, brother. It's in there.
It's in there.
Okay, if it ain't in there, watch this, Malik. 1 Kings, the 5th chapter, the 6th verse. It speaks very plainly of this fact. Solomon knew that his black race was a superior, not an inferior race. Why? Okay, because he married Pharaoh's daughter. When you read 1 Kings, the 3rd chapter, the 1st verse, the 7th chapter, the 8th verse, and also, nobles, the 9th chapter and the 16th verse. See, nobles, Solomon's wife might have been of as dark skin or even as dark as he was. For history shows that Egypt had 2 full-blooded Ethiopian pharaohs just before and during the reign of Solomon, according to the European writer Herodotus. You say what, Malik?
Drop the mic. Drop the mic. It's over. We're done.
Hey,
We're done.
hey, Malik.
Right.
But hey,
Hey, drop the mic and walk off the stage. We're done.
hey, Malik, what they be talking about? They European pen, Albion pen, whatever. They historian that they say, well, you know who Herodotus is? Yeah, I got all his books. The names of these 2 Ethiopians were Sabako or Sebekos and Setos. So Solomon surely got an Ethiopian Negro or the misnomer black woman for a wife. No disrespect. Look, we almost there. This naturally increased the proportion of the so-called Negro blood in the veins of the future king of the Jews, y'all. What you mean?
All that stuff that they was taught in American history class. If you got a hip of Negro blood in you, that makes you a Negro.
Mm-hmm.
So that means everybody here in the Americas is a Negro,
Ding.
according to their teaching,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's why if anybody ever came to me, no disrespect, and talk about, oh, you a nigga this and you a nigga that, I'm like, well, your mama is too.
Yeah.
So now what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now what?
Yeah.
Historically. Now
Yes.
what? No disrespect.
No disrespect. And see, yes, it's time to stand up. It's time to kumbaya. It's time to stand up and arise. Let's proceed. Viewing the progress of this immediate descendants of Ham, we learned that a curse laid upon one by a mortar of that day was as foolish and ineffective as it is today. The story about this curse, also the story, I know, right, of the black man who contended that a black skin and woolly hair is a disgrace, has, here we go again, y'all, according to the Bible, no foundation. Speaking of black skin, y'all, the greatest brain work and wisdom ever given to this world was given by men of black skin per se, or at least in whose veins the greatest portion of blood was Ethiopian or Negro blood. As to this assertion, you say what?
There was a part I think we kind of smoothed over, where it says a little bit back up in the paragraph, like in the middle of the paragraph before where you read, it says this naturally increased the
the proportion of Negro blood, yeah.
proportion of Negro blood, yeah, in the veins of the future king of the Jews. Who is that?
Come on.
We ran over that, right?
Yes, sir, Malik.
That's why I said we dropped the mic. We done.
That's why I be laughing at these Moors,
See y'all later.
you know? And they still stuck on stupid. Watch this, Malik. Watch this.
What it says at the top of the cross, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, on top of the cross, Anery.
Yeah. That's the king of the Jews.
They don't know.
The funny thing is, the ironic thing is, you believe in Jesus then, right? Okay. And he the king of the Jews?
That's why I be laughing at Moors, man. That's why I be laughing at Moors.
You old Christian fool.
Come on, man.
No disrespect, but you old Christian fool. He was the king of the Jews, not the king of the Christians.
Ding. He didn't teach no Christianity. Come on,
You say
Malik.
that, they call you anti-Semitic.
Right.
But you anti-Semitic, you call yourself a Christian?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, now, and we can etymology. Christian is Cretan. You research it.
Greece.
You research what Cretan
I
mean.
already know what it means.
Oh, okay.
That means they not smart. They dumb.
Okay.
Just, plain and simple.
Okay. Let's proceed, Malik.
They were lame.
Malik, you finna
They
get
were
everybody. Malik. They finna put you. You got to go to after school studies. You get in trouble.
They lame. That's what they said it was. Lame. And they said they was dumb people.
Yep.
It was lame.
Yes, Malik. Yes. See, look, Solomon's dark skin should cause no surprise because his mother, remember, she was a Hittite, was also the widow of Uriah, Uriah. Research in the Bible. Research 2 Samuel, the 12th chapter, the 9th and the 10th verse for any of my Christians or my Cretans. The Hittites are the descendants of Heth, and Heth was the second son of Canaan. Research. Listen what I just
That
said.
would make sense.
Exactly,
That makes
Malik.
sense.
Listen what I
So
said.
you go to church, right?
Yeah.
And it picks up their preaching. You know, for all my Christians, no disrespect, they not studying.
No.
Or they're just being told things. And
Yes.
Or regurgitated, and that's what lame people do.
Yes.
That's why I didn't fit it. That's why I didn't fit in there.
Duh.
Cause I ain't lame.
I'm telling you. Listen, man. The world will be tricked. See, this is what we got to understand. The masses will be tricked. The masses. This is simple and plain. To be a true follower of the teachings or a Jacobite or a true seeker, you got to know the SO and the XO. You can't be afraid of the whole teachings of the text. You can't be. No way impossible. If not, you operate on some spookism, and that's on you. See, we got it. It's right here. Remember, the Hittites are the descendants of Heth, and Heth was the second son of Canaan. When you read in Genesis, the 10th chapter, the 15th verse. We're not trying to say this and that and the other. We're just showing you why would you put a false image in someone's face and then try to throw that down their throat. And then when we say, well, okay, well, this and that, and pertaining to scriptures and pertaining to landmass, it can't be this. And when we deal with the time period, you act like it ain't no pictures of the people in that time of the biblical days. And when I start showing you pictures, when I start showing you things all over the world, you still ain't thought about this yet. It still ain't cracked your skull yet. And it's no disrespect about when we talk about the hair of the Savior.
So look, let's make it relative, right? Of understanding. So let's say like Santa Claus or Easter Bunny and all that, right? Mm-hmm. Your parents are the one that promulgate that, right? Mm-hmm. Before you start going to AKA school outside the house, right? Mm-hmm. But then the school carries on the promulgation of what you've been taught at home, right? Right, wrong, or indifferent, whether you call it tradition or not. One is a lie and one's the truth, right? Mm-hmm. So if you keep promulgating it, it's not no fault of the child's own that they have learned these bad behaviors, these mistruths, or these the non-truths, right? And then they go to school and then they promulgate it, right? And they add on to the promulgation, which we call tradition, right? Tradition is made out of falsehood. And it's not the truth.
Like we say,
right.
Or propaganda.
When we keep doing it, it's only what we've been taught. So it's really going against your mom or your dad, right? It has really nothing to do with the school because you first learned it from your mom and dad at home. And so there's a disconnect that, no, my mom and dad wouldn't lie to me. Now, they're not having this type of conversation, but that's where the seed was planted.
I agree.
So when we come with this science and this proof, it's almost like we are telling them that their mom and dad lied to you and they ain't telling you the truth, which is the facts, right? But it's hard for people to deal with that their parents would have did them a disservice in that manner, and we have to address that. And that's what we're doing today. It's no attack on your parents. I hope people are listening. It's just that we are bringing things to the light that was in the dark. We're bringing it to the light so you can actually go verify and check the information so that you know, so that you don't continue to move forward with the lie. You teach your children that same lie. Your children might learn this stuff later on, look back at you like, you didn't lie to me and you knew you lied. There's a difference between knowing you lied and didn't know you lied. There's a difference.
Islam.
When you know you lying and you keep it up, that's the wrong type of, that's bad. That's really bad.
Islam.
And sometimes a lot of folks, when they, like you said, are propagating the whole thing, you want to, maybe you hear something different. Somebody who looked just like you, they're telling you wrong.
They lied to you.
You know, we are black. We are black. We were slaves.
They lied to.
I agree. And to that,
But hold on. The funny thing in the same instance, right? They'll tell you they're a king.
right.
Tell me how that makes sense.
It don't. It don't,
Exactly.
Malik. And
So you don't get both. You don't get both.
You
can
can't.
choose one. The truth or falsehood. Which one you want?
mm-hmm.
I know we're strangely mixed, but there's only one truth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's it. So are you a king or are you black? Because they're not synonymously the same.
Nope. And I don't think no one can blame their parents, when they say they're going against their parent or their parent taught them wrong, because your parent can only know what they've been taught. So we can keep going back to, okay, well, mama, where did you get this from? And they have to admit where they got that from. So they have to correct it. So I can't fault no one for only having a piece of information. They may be sincere, but all I can do is give a person credit for say, hey man, I was sincerely wrong, and correct yourself.
Right.
That's what I give credit to. I give credit to the correction. I can't be mad or have a certain feeling like, oh, I use the analogy, mama, you lied to me. And your mama might be like, how I lied to you? This all I know. This got you here to this point. You're supposed to your spirit's supposed to attach to what you're looking for. You understand? I got you here. So if your spirit yearning you for truth, your spirit, when you should be able to go find that. And so we give credit and we give homage for getting there. And we have a teaching moment with our mothers and our fathers to say, well, did you know this? And if you ever heard about this? And our parents, from that kind conversation, 9 times out of 10, what they're going to say if they heard of that. Because they have to. This stuff is old as me and you. They was in those civil rights days. We wasn't in those days where we was fighting and doing all that and the Panthers. So a lot of this stuff is familiar with them. The Black Peace Stones, Moore Science Temple and all this stuff, the Black Hitler of Harlem, all that stuff, the Gods of Earth, that stuff is familiar with our family. The Nation of Islam, that stuff is familiar. But had it been promulgated, had it been taught right. So what we do is what we doing today, nobles. Yes, it's a fight. I agree. And so we don't diss nothing. We give homage to our parents and be like, man, you got us this far, and give them an educational moment. And that's what you are, because you are a king and you are a god. That's how I'm supposed to be in the family. I give homage to that demonstration, Noble Malik. Gratitude for that. Gratitude for that demonstration. But we got a little bit more, because I said we're going to go for about like an hour and about 20, because we got good information we got to give. I got a little bit more. So, the grand old Bible does not show that God ever turned a man black to disgrace him for his sins or anything else. But the same Bible does show that God's power, no disrespect, did turn a man white to disgrace him because of his sins, and said that his seed would be likewise forever. And no disrespect, that's what the Bible says. Facts are stubborn things and often very disagreeable, sometimes even sickening. And by reading carefully, y'all, I'm giving you Bible, the 5th chapter of the 2nd Kings, the 25th, 26th, and the 27th verse. And many of our highly civilized brothers whose ancient ancestors disgraced them will suffer an alarming nausea. You have teachers that teach from this lion perspective. Remember the book, The Negro is a Beast. I told y'all, you're going to always have this perspective of the Negro. And why we shouldn't be let that operate.
Isn't that physically alive but spiritually dead?
Yeah. Yes. But as we give a little bit, Noble Malik, we got this last portion. No disrespect from this speaking point. The black man, the Asiatic man, I boldly assert, is the father of civilization, born in the land of Egypt, and the different branches of science and art were simply transmitted to other races, which, as they age, have ruled by and have simply and only been enlarged and to some extent improved upon. Even the modern American Negro has proven that he is original. For instance, as a tonsuro artist, he or she has no superiors, and no Negro who was ever known to enter a barber college to learn the trade. No disrespect, misnomer Negroes, blacks inherit the sweetest, most musical voices. All the time. You heard instrumentalists, not forgetting the many others. Blind Tom, Blind Boom. The fame of these two men needs no comment. They only displayed the talent handed down to them through centuries by their misnomer black ancestors. And as for the Negro being original, why the Negro has given great America the only claim she has ever did or ever will have to a national music. God honored the misnomer black man. How, y'all? By allowing some of his Ethiopian blood to flow in the veins of his only son, Jesus Christ, aka Yahshua the Messiah. And I unhesitantly assert that Jesus, which is Yahshua, would in America be classified as a Negro. I make this assertion only on the authority of the Bible, according to which Jesus, aka Yahshua, was born out of what? The tribe of Judah, check. Judah had only what? 5 children, check, and they were males, check. First Chronicles, 2nd chapter, and the 4th verse, check. 3 by his first wife, and 2 by his second wife, check. First Chronicles, the 2nd chapter, 3rd and the 4th verse. And both of his wives were descendants of what? Canaan, check. A black man who was the son of Ham. Genesis, the 10th chapter, the 6th verse. Tamar's, Judah's second wife, bore him 2 of the sons, whose name were Pharez and Zerah. It's in First Chronicles, the 2nd chapter, and the 4th verse. Nobody can deny what we saying, nobles. These 2 names appear in what? The genealogy of Yahshua the Messiah in the book of Matthew, the 1st chapter, the 3rd verse. So it's no trouble to see that Judah, of whom the Christ was to come, started out by presenting the world children of what? Canaanite women who were Hamite descendants, nobles. And now let's deal with the Virgin Mary. If we want to just deal with this from the biblical story, the Virgin Mary, of whom the so-called Christ was born, was beyond all doubt, y'all. What? A woman out of what? The tribe of Judah. And every Bible reference proclaimed that Jesus, which was Yahshua, was to spring from what, y'all? These is facts. The tribe of Judah. You can't deny what I'm saying. Genesis 49 and 10, Hebrews 7 and 14, Revelation 5, the 5th chapter. Paul tells you in Romans 1 and 3 that Yahshua was of the seed of what? David. What are we Moors? We from the tribe of Judah, what?
Lineage of David by blood.
So what different are we? What I'm saying. It says that Jesus, Yahshua, was of the seed of David according to the flesh. According to the flesh. The blood. David is the 10th man named in Judah in the genealogy of Yahshua the Messiah. Matthew, the 1st chapter.
Judaism.
Yes, sir. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th verse. Added to this, David's great grandfather, Booz, was born of the woman Rahab, who was a direct descendant of Ham. It's in your Bible. Matthew, the 1st chapter, the 5th verse. Man, we checkmating all through here. We almost done. This also shows that David, one of God's greatest soldiers, was one who most successfully led his people and one who had Negro blood in his veins. Bible history is full of honors of the misnomer black man. Jethro, the Ethiopian or Negro father-in-law of Moses, who was the author who first employed that which is today our judicial system, considerably twisted and revised to meet the changing conditions of civilization. Exodus 18th chapter. We know where we got that from. That's Mayat. This chapter tells of Jethro's visit to Moses and how he gave Moses the foundation of what is today our system of grading. Courts for pronouncing judgments. Again, Moses, the Hebrew emancipator, was named by a misnomer black woman. Who? Pharaoh's daughter. She says she called him Moses because she drew him out of the water. Exodus 2 and 10. And besides, misnomer black men educated Moses. And at any rate, nobles, he received what education he had in the schools of the misnomer black people of Egypt. Read Acts, the 7th and the 22nd chapter. So there is nothing remarkable in the fact that Booker T. Washington, W.E.B. Du Bois, W.S. Scarborough, and many other misnomer Negro blacks men occupy places among foremost and most eminent educators, myself and others, of the world. And why should they not? Why should we not? We are the descendants from the fathers who ruled Egypt centuries ago, and with our great wisdom laid the foundations of learning. So I want to stop right there, because we'll be going on for an hour. It's so much more. I challenge brothers and sisters to get the science and get the wisdom. It's so much I can tell y'all. When people, I give y'all this paragraph from love. I give y'all this paragraph from love. The truth is that the term Caucasian has little or no meaning, and it is now used. The word itself is a conventional term given at the first by Bloomback to designate what he considered the highest type of the human family, shown by a skull from Mount Caucasus. When we attempt to trace those who would claim the name as an expression of their superiority, we find this type has disappeared. There is no pure specimen now in existence. And if we ask what is white, no disrespect, we can only say that it is a term used to designate the absence of color. That's all. No sign of whatsoever race integrity. We have already indicated that science and investigation points to the fact that primitive man was not the European, the Albion, or Troglodyte man. So I'll stop right there. I don't have to go no deeper in that. I'll let y'all read that for yourself. I'll let y'all read that stuff for yourself. It's so much more in here, y'all, that just bullets when people come with that bull crap and they try to explain biblical history to you. Those Negro slaves, and no disrespect, again, a European or nobody, no whoever that's trying to tell you that the Bible don't speak of a specific story and just teach you love and all that and keep you on your knees. No, it's a puzzle. The civilization of Noah is the three sons, Shem, Ham, Japheth. Genesis, the 9th chapter, the first 7 verses. Man, nobles, y'all got to see this. We got to wake up. This is the part of the puzzle. Ham, the father of the black man located in Africa. Africa was his homestead to speak. David, the psalmist, credited Ham with this territory. It's in the 105th Psalms, the 23rd and the 27th verse, nobles. And also in 106 Psalms, the 22nd verse. This is the power. This is your ammunition. And if it's not true, and we reject it on the ground of not being sufficient proof that the black man's first and original home, we can quite and good ground reject any and every other part of the Bible. For what I here state is no wild imagination, but facts taken from the Bible, y'all. Cush, remember Cush, Mizraim, Put, Canaan were the first sons of Ham. It's in Genesis, the 10th chapter, the 10th verse. Read it, brothers and sisters. The 4 sons include Nimrod, the grandson of Ham, were the first to start the work on the problem of the civilization. In a word, they were the pioneers and the very pillars of civilized governments. Remember, Cush, located in South Egypt on the river Nile, he became the father of the Ethiopians, as well as the father of the Cushites through Nimrod, who located on the southern part of the Euphrates River. Any Bible will show you this. It is to be remembered that Nimrod is the founder of the Babylonian kingdom. It's in Genesis, the 10th chapter, the 10th verse. Remember, Mizraim, located on the upper part of the where? River Nile. And he became the father of the Egyptians. Put, located in the northern part of Africa. Canaan, located in the land known as the old Palestine country, which is modern Turkey. Canaan became the father of what? The Canaanites. Genesis, the 10th chapter, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 verses. We fact checking according to the Bible. The above is an exact location of the first sons of Ham. And the question which naturally follows is, was civilization born in the land and given birth by Ham's first offsprings? You see, I want us to know this history, y'all. It's no slander to no one. As we close, according to the biblical Gazette, the word Egypt is derived from the word Mizraim, nobles and empresses. And this word Mizraim was the name of one of the first sons of Ham. See, they don't want to tell you that. Genesis, the 10th chapter, the 6th verse. Read it. The word Egypt, being coined from the word Mizraim, it strengthens my contention that the Egyptians was descended from the black man. And you can dig further into the rich earth of proof for more enlightenment of the book of truth by viewing the ancient Bible map of Africa and Asia, which map can be found in the back of the New Testament. Get your Bible and look in the back of your New Testament. One can readily pick out the spots upon which Shem, Ham, and Japheth first located. If anybody get on here and lie, they know there ain't no truth in them. I'm making this stuff simple that a child can see it. You will notice that Mizraim, the second son of Ham, and the accredited father of the Egyptians, located on the very spot, so to speak, where the great city of Memphis was built by means. Remember Memphis and Mizraim? In this masonry? See, we fact checking it. We gotta take our science. The first king of Egypt. Again, you will notice that all the names within Africa borders are names of the sons of Ham, Shem, and his offsprings, located where? In Asia. Fact, man, checkmate. A better way to locate Ham, brothers and sisters, Shem and Japheth, and their first offsprings, nobles, is first to read the 10th, the 11 chapters of Genesis. Then locate their names on the map, nobles, and it will be seen that not a Shemite, no disrespect, or a Albion, Trelodic, a European, no disrespect, a white person, no disrespect, originally located in Africa. All of the misnomer white men located in Asia. According to the Bible, white men never began to travel in Africa until Abraham's time. BC 1921, nobles, that's modern, according to the Bible, that they got under their iron. Stop playing with me. Yeah, you hear a pin drop. The Egyptians lived in a high state of civilization near 2,000 years before Abraham's first visit to Egypt. And the appearance of, no disrespect, misnomer white people was a circus and a curiosity to misnomer black people. Abraham realized this fact and commanded his wife to represent herself as his sister. Y'all remember that in the Bible? Because as he said, she was what? Fair to look upon. Fair to look upon. Think about that. European. White per se. Genesis the 12th chapter, the 11th, the 12th, and the 13th verse. We just teaching. We are teaching. It can't be racist bias. This is history. This will indicate that the Egyptians were not white. Boom. Another fact check. It's very, what do you mean? I just broke it down. And I will say without fear of my assertion being disproven that until after Abraham's visit, the Shemitic or the misnomer white travelers began to pour into Egypt to such an extent that the Egyptians began intermarrying with them. And of course, this intermarrying has its effect on mixing the blood and losing power because the son does the bidding of the mother. It's no disrespect, y'all. So I want to give y'all that. And I ended with that. We got the document for y'all. Anybody that gave a donation to our temple and school today, we'll give y'all the wisdom. It's so much more. We got to stop letting people teach us this slave history like we don't have a rich history. It's so much more that we can demonstrate. This history and this legacy, this biblical history and who you are as a people is rich. And it's buried in a shallow grave. And the Bible tells you it's buried in a shallow grave. So that I say Islam. Any questions? Anybody want to add anything as we close?
Islam Sheikh, it's information that, number one, gratitude, honors to you for the presentation and demonstration today. It's what we've been talking about. We need to know this information. People who look like us need to know this information, and it's always going to be hard at first. It's going to be confusing, because maybe you never heard it before. You didn't hear it in school. You didn't hear it coming up, and there's no disrespect to anyone in your home, as we say, but the information is here. Schools like the BBT, we have the information here. We're wanting to reveal the information, and I just give you honor, Sheikh, for myself. Just I got on this path simply because I saw something that you were putting out there, Sheikh. And I appreciate it. And I just give you thanks for that, and for all of us here and everyone listening. You are not Negro, black, and colored. That is not who we are. Those are slave labels. We are not Negro, black, and colored. The information on who we are, the knowledge of who we are is there. And we're teaching it here at the BBT each and every day, Saturdays and Sundays when we're here in class. This information, we're putting it out there. We are not Negro, black, and colored. We're made in the likeness and image of God. That's not black. All right? That's not who we are. The information is here. Come to class, study with us, learn. And with that, I say Islam.
Islam, Noble. Well said. Well said, Noble. Well said. Gratitude. Gratitude. Anybody else, man? We good?
Straight. It was a good lesson.
Today was a good day, as Ice Cube said. I give y'all gratitude, man. I give y'all honor for y'all consistency. And let's just keep going and growing, man, and being who we are and being that glass. And our doors are open for nobles. Get with us. Our information is being shared at the bottom of the StreamYard. Through the week when we have book club, my nobles be giving their information. Get with us. Don't be cheap with yourself. Get with us. We have a lot to offer. Be a part of the cipher. Bring it in. That's how nations are built. For understanding. Come to the cipher. Come to class. Introduce yourself. That's the only way brothers be in the shadows and just be laudering and be, oh, I follow you, Sheik. I follow you. I don't need no men following me. I need men rocking and rolling, teaching their kids something that they didn't know. We need to build this nation of brothers to be strong, to rise above and show them what true Moors do in the right way. That's what this is about. This ain't about nobody. I'm following you. That ain't doing me no good. So what? People follow me. Whoop-de-doo. We need more than that. We need brothers to come in and talk and share their information with us. So I give y'all gratitude for y'all time, man. Can we get our Moorish American prayer? I have our benediction at hand if Alonzo ain't here, and then we out of here. And then
Allah.
Brian can take us out.
Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my God, my salvation, by night, by day, through his holy prophet, Drew Ali, Amir Ashe, Shalom, Alakim, Aisha, and my mission. Peace, 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 peace.
Peace, peace, peace. Our benediction reads, may the benediction of Allah be upon thee and thine always, as thou should strive to be a credit to Allah. Make haste to bestow thy acts of love upon our brethren, and do our best to shun all evil. Remember to take suckle of the breast of knowledge, wisdom, fortitude, charity, love, and all standing, that we all might nourish the souls of all men, women, and children. Let the truth be thy shield in the manifest battle of the falsehood. Knowest that thou needest not to pick the lock to the gates of paradise by means of petty or criminal theft. For behold, the key to salvation already rests within our own hands. And yes, even though a portion of our nature is weakness, instability, inconstancy, there still the greater part of our nature is divine. May Allah protect thee, guide thee, preserve you, lengthen your age, and give you everlasting peace. El Rahman, El Rahim, Ya Haq, Ya Muhammad, Ashe. Peace, 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 peace. Hey, I did that. Hey, Malik. Hey, Malik. Hey, Ali, I told you that wind strong, the windpipe strong, man. But hey, 85% of the world is blind. 10% of the world know the truth and won't say it. But it's 5% of the world, you and I, and others like ourselves, that'll teach it, that'll spread it. So that's the work that need to be done. We are the 5%ers per se. We are the 5%ers that's going to teach the truth, that's going to stand strong. So I give y'all honors, man. I give honors to being y'all brothers, man. I love y'all, man. Peace and love.
Peace. Love all y'all.
Pick us out, B.
Yes, sir.
Calm, that's books with a Z.
Peace, family. Once again, this broadcast is brought to you by mypdfbooks.com. That's books with a Z, where reading funds the mental. Also brought to you by mindedbooks.com.
It's over.
Are bound. Be sure to get your teas divinely prepared. Mayat Son's teas, the tea of teas, at herbsofmayat.com. Be sure to check out all of those musical stylings by Brian Hicks Bay at bhbaymusic.com. Also, for your everyday items and your religious regalia, be sure to check out MorrisHaberdasher.com. And for that everyday special Morris drip, check out Morsachi.com. And all of these companies are powered by ALO Design Pros. Design your online business strategy today.
Let's go.
I'm a spirit speaking, truth seeking, heart reaching, knowledge leaking, seed sowing, harvest reaping, man, real. I have yet to leave, I'm still breathing. To quit, I have no reason. I mean, I'm asleep, but I be trying to live my dream. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't really. It ain't no in between, baby. You can ask the sun, it's an everyday theme. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Working like a slave, that's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay at night, I rest in peace. They remember me, but I am not around.
Woo! Fire. Peace, Noble.
Always.
We got Brian Hicks Bay, transportation of raw materials on every streaming platform. Check it out. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.